This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. And so today I want to talk about why Black women can't divest away from Black men. See, I never really meant for my channel to be sort of almost an anti-divestment channel, because I really don't care what them chicks over there do. But I find it to be funny to a certain extent because some of the arguments don't make sense. Like saying that you divesting away from Black men because Black men can't get it together. They can't get right. They dusty, they crazy, they stupid. They aren't leaders. They don't have any good qualities that a woman would be able to or should be willing to deal with or follow up behind. And there's a lot of talk about what Black men aren't, how trash they are, how unproductive they are, how lacking of leadership they are, how weak they are. They don't compete with other men in this category, and they're not competing with other men in that category. And the part that I find to be kind of ridiculous and funny about it is a couple of things. Number one, these are the men that you and your mama raised, right? Because then they're sitting here talking about, well, we shouldn't birth Black men and we shouldn't birth them anymore because of how they turn out. And it's being said as if it is inherent in the DNA of Black men to not be nothing, to be, not sugar, honey, iced tea, right? But isn't that what zaddies say about Black men and really Black people, including you Black women, right? That you're no good from your DNA, right? It's inborn, it's inherent within you to be nothing. Just like they say that it's inherent for Black men to be lazy and stupid, they also think it's inherent for Black women to be whores' thoughts. You realize that, don't you? That it's not inherent in their eyes. Black women can't inherently be good women because they must always be whores and sluts and promiscuous and thoughts and all of that type of stuff. They can't be. They're all Jezebels. They're all sapphires. Or if she's unattractive, if she's not a sapphire, she's a mammy. There's no in between for them. There's no feminine Black woman that's inherently just a good woman, and you realize that that's what they think about you. But anyway, that's almost a diverging. So I find that argument to be stupid, because if you're saying that you don't want to birth Black men because of how they turn out, maybe you should think about how you raise them. And maybe that's why they're turning out, quote unquote, so bad, because of the way that you raise them. Instead of thinking it's a nature thing, why don't you think it's a nurture thing? Because you're the one that sets them up for the failure, right? You're the one that set them up by not having children by worthwhile men, whether these are Black men, white men, Asian men, Mexican men. It doesn't matter the ethnicity of the man, as long as he's a quality man that you choose to have children by. So that's on you, boo boo kitty. Boop. That's on you. Now, the other thing that doesn't make sense is that if these men, Black men I'm talking about, are the trash heap of men, you aren't even good enough for the trash heap. Even the trash heap men aren't marrying you. They aren't marrying you. Your marriage rates are in the trash, but you're not good enough for the landfill. If black men are the trash heap, if black men are the landfill among men, then why aren't you good enough even for them? Ever thought about that? Because if you were really the prize, if black women were these special kinds of awesome women, then you wouldn't really have to worry about what black men chose and what they didn't. Your marriage rate would be high and black men marriage rates would be low because black women are the prize and they're better than black men. See, you think you can go to other groups of men and bring that lackluster mentality with you, and other groups of men don't like it either. You complain about black men and them not being worthy of you bringing forth your femininity and things of that nature, but at the same time, other men must not be worthy of it either, because even if you manage to marry them other men, rarely can you keep them. Because you come to them with that same mentality that you come with black men with. The only difference is you don't have the contempt for other races of men that you do for black men, but you still don't have the proper level of femininity either. Aha. Because you can't turn it on and off. Because y'all think femininity is talking soft and having nice perfume on and having your hair done. Those things are nice, but that's not the end all be all, nor is it really even scratching the surface of what femininity truly is. It doesn't scratch the surface. Because for all of that pick me talk, y'all turn into whole doormats when it comes to these other men, particularly Zaddy. You don't got nothing to give. You don't got no lip. You don't got nothing to offer. You ain't got nothing to say about anything that he do. And what you don't realize is that's not femininity either. Keep telling y'all submission isn't about being a doormat. Submission is about submitting yourself to a man's mission. See, submissive women aren't these doormats and Stepford wives that you happen to think, or that the narrative is so that you can avoid being submissive to black men. It's not about being a doormat. I've never been a doormat a day of my life. Had a 20-year marriage, though, that only ended when my husband passed away. It's the only reason why that marriage is over. And I was never a doormat. Why? Because I knew what kind of femininity, what femininity was. And I was able to give him things like insight. So that when he asked my counsel on things, I wasn't just sitting here dumb because I don't know what to say. I'm like, okay, I understood what his mission was. I understood what kind of man he was. And I gave appropriate insight and counsel to him when he asked me. Because that's part of real femininity. But you don't know anything about that because you weren't raised feminine. You was raised masculine, the vast majority of you. So you don't get to flip that on and off. Just because you get with Zaddy and you think wearing a certain kind of dress or talking in a certain, that little stupid Valley Girl voice that you guys try to put on because you think white men want to hear a black woman try to mock how white women sound out of the Valley. That's not hitting on nothing either. Boop, that's stupid too. All y'all goofy. It's goofy to me. If you were able to flip the switch on femininity and divest the way that you wanted to, first thing about it is it would be easy. Again, your marriage rates as black women would actually be higher significantly because marriage rates aren't necessarily according to race unless you are looking for that demographic. But if you just wanted to take an overall number of the percentage of black women who were married, regardless of the ethnicity of the man that they were married to, your marriage rates would be higher because again, you're feminine women, you're the prize, you know what's going on, you're the woman that everybody's seeking. So it would be a simple thing. You wouldn't even have to talk about divestment. You would just go because other men would be raring to come get you because of the kind of women that you are. The other thing about it is, if it were really that easy, you wouldn't even really need to divest. We'll get to what I mean by that later. Because if you were worthy women, you wouldn't have had a hand in trashing so-called Blackistan, and now you want to leave it behind because it's trash. But then the third thing is, like I just said, the numbers would reflect the marriage rates. So if you really could divest, you would. Instead of talking about it forever and a day and trying to threaten Black men about it, or trying to make a big deal about it, like Black women are getting married in droves, regardless of the husband or the ethnicity of the husbands. Because when you're a prize, right? And everybody should know that. Everybody should see the value of Black women as wives. Other races of men aren't really sweating the fact that you're Black, as long as they can get out of you the value of a wife that they're looking for. Correct? But here's the real deal. Here's the real deal about it. You can't leave the culture that you helped to ruin because Zaddy doesn't intend for you to leave it. See, he knew that you would want to, once he got done enabling you to destroy the Black community, help destroy the Black culture, help destroy Black men, help tear down your Black family structures. He knew that you wouldn't want to stay in the smoldering crater that was once known as the Black community, that you would want to be saved out of that. He knew that you would want to be, you would want to be saved. You wouldn't want to suffer the fate of the other people in the community that he enabled you to destroy by giving you things like feminism, by having you to buy into these other facets of white supremacy that you buy into. He gave you the tools necessary to destroy the community, while at the same time patting your head and trying to make sure that you understood that you was his prize bed wench. Right? So you wanted to, he know you want to be his prize bed wench, and he promised it to you. Until, this is another part of that okie doke y'all always fall for, and you still falling for it. No matter how many times he show you, I'm not coming to get you. I'm not coming to save you. I helped you destroy it and make it the so-called Blackistan that you want to escape from. The only problem is, I'm not coming to get you. He's not coming with the rescue car. He's not coming with the getaway car. He's leaving you in the smoldering crater, in the trash heap where he found you. He's leaving you there to suffer the consequences of having allowed yourself to be a weapon in his hand against your own. That was always the plan, to leave you there. He never was going to come get you. And you still don't know that. He was never coming to get you. He was never coming to save you. He don't want you. He don't even like you. He doesn't even see you as a human being. Just like he don't see Black men as a human being. He don't see you as one either, boo-boo kitty. And you still don't know that. It was always the plan for you to stay in the trash heap and burn with the rest of them. He not coming to save you because he can't stand you. You don't serve another purpose other than to be a tool that he can weaponize against other Black people, specifically Black men. He's going to keep that wedge between Black men and Black women as long as he possibly can, until he can't do it anymore. And when he can't do it anymore, he's still not going to come to save you. It'll just be up to you. You robbed the bank and got outside only to find out ain't no getaway car, and you can hear the sirens coming. That's the position he put you in. Before I go, I got a little something to share with you. This is what Zaddy thinks about you. And then we gonna cut out of here.
Right, wife. Life good. Wife fight back. Kill wife. Wife gone. Think about wife. Right.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.